Often people think that if they spend a lot of time making their presentations, that that's the way to prepare. An interesting distinction is actually the experience of preparation is more important than preparation itself. Having the experience of being prepared is more important than the preparation itself. And preparation is important. But if we are hiding in our preparation from trusting ourselves, is when the preparation, therefore, in itself is getting in the way and clouding our unique gift of trusting ourselves. I did not prepare the answer for you, correct? One of the things I've learned through working with millions of people all over the world and standing on stages and getting heckled and everything else is, if it's in front of me, I can handle it. It's a precept I operate from. If you're in my field, whatever you throw, I can handle it. Now that's a pretty strong presupposition, but it's very useful. And it has gotten me through the toughest hecklers, to noises, to presentations falling apart in front of thousands of people. If it's happened, I can handle it. Otherwise, it wouldn't happen. So that's another precept I'll operate from. Another presupposition I'll operate from is my job is to stay within here. And if I find myself going out there and losing myself, I'm no longer useful to you. Because therefore, then what I'm doing is I'm going into the audience's current framework about their reality. And I need to do what I can to stay outside of that framework so that I can come from the outside in and have a different perspective on things. So I'm continuously checking in. What percentage am I in my body right now? And if I notice I'm like halfway, 50% in my body, then most of the time I'm in someone else's field. And as I guess you call an empath, or someone that, we wouldn't do this business if we weren't with people in some sort of way, then it's a continuous, what percentage am I in my body, where am I? Okay, if I'm in my body, I can facilitate more effectively. But when I start losing clarity, or losing discernment, or losing my words, I'm sometimes without realized it, drifted outside of myself. So my role is to stay checked in with here. How am I doing now? What percentage of my body? And then derive my information from there. The other distinction is trust your instrument. That's a little funny, but trust your instrument. This comes from a very experienced trainer, which spoken many times. He's kind of the grandfather of training, Joel Bauer, and he's interesting. And Joel is somebody and his distinction is trust your instrument, and it stuck with me when he shared that with me. And what it means is this is an instrument, an incredibly intelligent computer. We all have it. Everyone that's listening to this, that's here, has a highly intelligent computer. NASA was so excited by the fact that they built a quantum computer. So you had these scientists working on this quantum computer. And when they finally built the quantum computer, they celebrated it. When actually the celebration was already due, because there was a quantum computer that already existed that then built another one that's secondary and not even close to what the quantum computer was that built it. So therefore, they didn't realize that there was such an advanced quantum computer that was building a secondary one. So we need to honor the quantum computer that we are. Multiple realities, multiple dimensions in the same time. And when we trust that instrument is when we know that we can handle anything. So the precept of operation is, I trust my instrument. I trust that the words will be there when they need to be there. I trust that I will move when I need to move. And I listen to my body more than my mind. My body knows. My heart knows. And when I trust that, everything flows. And I'm actually listening. I used to listen just with my ears. And now what I've realized is my heart has far better hearing than my ears. I used to see with only my eyes. But now I'm starting to see that my heart has a whole other set of eyes. And in fact, I was sometimes blinded by my eyes and what my eyes see. So as I started to trust my own instinct and my own heart is when things began to unfold, where I trusted the moment and the universe. So what I've learned on this journey is as long as I do my best to trust myself, everything works out. And a lot of times I was preparing out of fear. And anytime we do something coming from fear, it's not very useful. And so, as human beings, I ask all of us to trust our hearts again. Our hearts know what to put in our bodies. Our hearts know what to say to be compassionate and to be loving. And our hearts also know how to treat ourselves. And if we ask our hearts before we get on a stage, before we work with people, the best work we can do is to love ourselves. Because we are unconsciously giving permission of our audience to do the same. Remember, there's always a language. There is what you say, and that's, very 3D. The words that I'm saying. And then there is the unspoken, which is what we embody. People respond to what we embody more than they even respond to what we say. And I know I can fumble my words, but as long as I'm embodying the message that I'm here to deliver, then my words can fumble all over the place, but my message still gets heard. So I do my best to check in with what I embody. So my question to all of you is for your brand, and this is what I do in my trainings, is we get you clear about what does your I used to think it was about me finding my message. And then later on it became, and what it has become is, my life is my message. So how can all of you in this room, and the people listening here, how can you make your life the message? You can you can tell people all day long to live a life by your design. Like that's like everyone's saying that now. Live a life by your design. Be the architect of your life. But if you're not doing that in your own life, then they know. You're not embodying it. So sometimes it's better to not even say that and just live it. And the people who know, they know. It's all good. And you don't need to be perfect. But it takes courage to trust yourself in a world where people do not. It takes courage to trust our hearts in a world where people trust their minds more than their hearts. It takes a lot of courage to move from being smart to having wisdom. We got too many smart people in this world. We need more wisdom.